Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, hello, my name is Sammy. I'm the owner of Strength by Sammy. I'm a registered dietitian, a women's health coach, and a bikini physique competitor. Join me 4 weeks out from stage for my very first OCB competition. We're gonna be talking about posing, physique updates, a possible injury I have going on, and more, so stay tuned for this episode. Good morning. It is about 5:45 a.m. I'm on my way to my posing coach session, which is about 2 hours away. So a very early start to my Saturday. This week, I'm going to be just sharing a little bit different type of details with you guys. I share a lot about my workouts. I share a lot about my food, but I want to share more about like my posing and other aspects that go into competing. So this morning I had a protein pumpkin muffin. I have one left. I just made these like the past week. Check out my Instagram if you want the recipe. They are delicious with a little bit of PB Fit and black coffee. I have a salad with some chicken with me for my drive, and then I'll be getting home around 11. The plan for today is pretty much hit the gym after my session. I have some online nutrition clients and then maybe some content creation. So not a super busy day, but I'll take you guys through everything that's kind of going on and sharing some tips with competing and stuff that is saving me right now because I'm down to about 1,300 calories. So I just finished up posing with my coach. I am gonna drive home now, so I have a 2-hour drive. I'm literally at like 700 steps today because I've been in the car since like 5:45. But posing went really, really well. She loves the way my physique is looking. I'm leaning out perfect. I do have some videos for you guys that I'm gonna share with you. Really just working on transitions and just kind of like fine tuning everything. I do have something going on in my back, which I'll share a picture with you guys. We think it's a tight muscle, so I'm gonna book a massage and see how that helps. And then just prioritizing more like warm-ups and really making sure my muscles are not tight, because I do think my scapula is getting like pinched in the back on my right side. This is my dominant side, hence I'm literally filming. I do everything with my right hand, so it makes sense that I have something tight. I'm gonna eat the chicken salad I brought with me quick and head home, and then I'm gonna go to the gym with my boyfriend. I'm also gonna be sharing with you guys today some of my favorite low-calorie sauces that I'm literally like, these are saving me for my prep, because if I didn't have these, I probably would be eating the most bland food, as well as some other tips I have for anyone who's in a deficit or maybe in a comp prep, things that are literally saving my mental sanity as well as my hunger. So I just got home from my posing coach. I have my electrolytes. I just ate a quick bowl of like oatmeal, berries, and a little bit of PB Fit. I'm gonna go hit an hour of cardio on the Stairmaster, and then I have to come home and send my measurements for my bikini. So after I got home from the gym, I had a lot of rushing around to do. I did do a full hour of cardio, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. While on the Stairmaster at about 30 minutes, I started experiencing like severe cramping in my calves. This has happened to me before. I was not fully hydrated. Going to my coach, which is about 2 hours away, I also sat for 4 hours in the car, wasn't super hydrated, left at like 5 o'clock this morning. Also spent an hour in my high heels posing like nonstop for a full hour. So my calves just like couldn't handle the Stairmaster. So I did do 30 minutes, but then I was like trembling. So I ended on the arc trainer, which is similar to a cardio style as the Stairmaster is. So I just am going to be honest. I didn't do the full hour on the Stairmaster, but I made it up with a different type of cardio, which is totally fine. I was able to push through. I'm feeling much better, although I'm still dehydrating myself with a nice homemade latte. I'm about to do my measurements because today's the day I send the measurements out for my bikini, which is crazy. I can't believe that the show will be 4 weeks away in like 2 days. So I'm going to share with you what measurements I need to send. I already sent like the bulk of my measurements, my height, my overall general measurements, but they need to know where the appliques need to go as far as like my hip and my back. So I need to send them those measurements by today so that I can get my suit next week, hopefully, if not the following week, the latest. I also had some nutrition clients, so I wasn't able to get in right away and do this. But now that I have some free time for a quick minute, I'm going to get these measurements in, show you guys how I'm doing them. I'm not doing a full physique update right now, just sharing what I need to send to the bikini company. I literally cannot wait to share my suit with you guys. Okay, so where the measurement needs to be is kind of on the top part of my hip, so like where my hip bone is, because that's where I want it to sit. I am very narrow hipped, as you can see, and if I want that more hourglass figure on stage, I need to have a higher hip for my bottoms on my bikini. Therefore, they need to kind of get an idea of where my high hip is and where we want the appliques to sit. So probably about here, which is looking roughly like 30 inches. So it's kind of coming up on my hip, across the back where I want my back to be, and then down in front, which is where the top of the bikini will be. So about 30 inches, which I'm gonna write down because I'll forget. Now the second measurement they need is right under my rib cage for the back of the top. And I can't see this, of course. It's looking like 27 inches, which honestly I don't think has gone down or up at all. I don't really lose a lot of weight up here. I feel like my rib cage is pretty consistent. All right, maybe it's 29 inches. It's a hard measurement to do. So about 28.5, about 30 on my hips. And hopefully these measurements will be good. I've never worked with this bikini company before, but I've heard really good things. I've had friends work with them, so I'm very excited. And hopefully my suit will be in very soon so I can show you guys. So as I mentioned before, today's focus is really not just on like my food and my workouts. It's more about the other aspects that go into competing, like my posing, which I did this morning, having to drive to find a coach. Unfortunately, I don't live close enough to my coach. I probably will look for a closer coach in the future, but I do really love working with who I'm working with. I also have to do things like booking my hair and makeup, my nail appointments, talking with the tanning company, scheduling the hotel, etc. Like all those things for show day. And then I'm going to share with you guys some stuff that is saving my ass right now, being in a calorie deficit, hunger at an all-time high, literally eating like 1,200 calories on my rest days, and how I'm just managing to still be a functioning human being 4 weeks out from school. Okay, so sharing the condiments that have saved me completely and what I use them for. As you can tell, they are like almost empty, so I use these a lot, but they're so low in calorie, I'm definitely have to share these. So this is a first. This same brand, I use their sugar-free ketchup and their barbecue sauce, but when I saw like teriyaki, I'm like, yes, please. Literally 5 calories per serving, 1 gram of carbs. So I'm including this with any of my stir fries. Typically I do cauliflower with chicken and some veggies. This one is down to its last drop, but this raspberry vinaigrette has been great on salads. This one also has 5 calories, so really good. This is great if you're craving something sweet on your salad, if you're looking for more like a fruit and berry type salad. Everyone should know about this. Sugar-free maple syrup, again, 5 calories. I put this on everything from plain oatmeal to protein pancakes to protein muffins to anything sweet. When I'm craving that extra kind of like maple flavor, I've honestly even done it on my turkey bacon. So this is another new one, honey Dijon. This one has 10 calories, so a little bit higher calorie. Totally worth it. I feel like one serving is like double of the others. I use this on tuna salads, on regular salads, on just chicken in general. I feel like it's really sweet and really good, and again, not super high in calories. And one of my favorites, which is sugar-free ketchup, because I put ketchup on everything. Again, 5 calories. Now, as many of you probably know, if you've watched my other videos, this is not my first rodeo. This is my 4th time prepping in over the course of 5 years. So I've been in prep, I've been in dieting phases, and it's taken me a long time to find low-calorie condiments I like. I'm not gonna lie, I literally used to just use like hot sauce and mustard. And if you're like an OG physique competitor, and before they had all these sauces, like you understand what I'm talking about. But like I can't eat hot sauce sometimes because I live on hot sauce during a prep, where I have those and more at the grocery store to live off of now, which is just a game changer when it comes to food, because it makes my food very much less boring. Even though I'm eating like a variation of chicken and veggies every day, 4 times a day, it makes it like entertaining, so I can still eat the food and not be sick of it and like actually enjoy my meal prep. So a few other things, I'm just gonna give some tips on how else I deal with hunger. So I guess that's not really a hunger tip. That is more of just like keeping yourself engaged, enjoying the flavor of your food and enjoying your food itself, because you don't want to be eating bland food during a prep. It's bad enough you're already restricting your calories. The last thing you want to do is eat plain cauliflower, grilled chicken, nothing on it. Account for those calories. I don't use all of those every day, but it's definitely going to spice things up. Now, how I handle the hunger, because trust me, it is real. I get hangry to the max. I'm probably the worst person when I'm hangry. My boyfriend's a saint though, and he really just helps me push through. So One tip I recommend is eating close or late towards bed. If you go to bed hungry, you will get horrible sleep. Like, I cannot go to bed hungry. I'm not saying wait till like last minute to eat, but like at least within an hour to an hour and a half before going to sleep, have some sort of meal with a lot of volume. For me, that's my stir fry meal, which is literally just 200 grams of cauliflower, some chicken, and some veggies. Super simple. Not too much going on there, but it allows me to feel full before I go to sleep. In the past, I have never done that, and I always go to bed hungry, and it takes me forever to fall asleep. Another option would be having hot teas. I will distribute hot teas throughout the day in addition to my coffees to kind of just help with feeling full. Again, I'm in a severe deficit. I don't recommend this for like normal weight loss practices, but it kind of holds you over until your next meal. Also, volume, volume, volume with every one of your meals. You don't want to be eating bread and rice, or at least very small amounts of it, because it's not going to keep you full. You're going to want to be eating tons of veggies and honestly a lot of fiber. However, fiber will go down as I get closer to show due to bloating, but that is a different topic, so not for today. You want to be able to add volume to everything you're eating. So if you notice, a lot of my meals are loaded with vegetables, so they actually look like pretty full-size meals because the calories are so low in the veggies that I don't have to be concerned that I'm going to be over my macros for the day. It's also going to keep me full longer because, again, I'm eating more. Also, low-calorie snacks like cucumber, celery, sometimes carrots for me with hummus. Right now I cut hummus out because, again, I can't afford the calories, but that also helps me. Because my cravings get unreal, I also have a lot of flavored sugar-free beverages. So this is seltzer waters. I love the fruity ones. I'm not a big soda person, so I don't do any diet soda, but I do like the raspberry lime seltzer water. I do Frescas, which are also like grapefruit. I think they taste like a Fanta, but I think they're a grapefruit soda water. I'll do pretty much anything that's sugar-free. I personally don't consume anything that has color like dye. It doesn't do well with my stomach, doesn't do well with my skin. I just avoid dyes at all costs. But anything that is like a sugar-free beverage, almond milk, that's another one I use for like my lattes and my coffee. Just something with flavor, which is funny because when I'm not in prep, I literally don't touch that. I'm not a big like sweet person, but because my cravings get so bad, having something like a seltzer water to keep me between each meal, like keep me fulfilled, helps a lot. And that being said, because I've been so on top of my diet as far as including things I'm loving, including a lot of volume, spacing out the times of my meals, including carbonated beverages that are sugar-free, including hot teas, etc., I haven't had so many cravings to the point where I need a diet break. And a lot of people, I feel like this might be a controversial topic, but a lot of people feel like you need diet breaks in a bodybuilding competition. I've used them very sparingly in the past. However, I try to make my diet as manageable as possible, and therefore I have not needed one at all during this prep. Ideally, some people use diet breaks to help with the metabolism and help with energy levels. I'll get into that a different time. But I have not used one. I'm trending exactly the way I want to. I'm losing fat. I'm leaning out. And I have not used one. I don't plan on using one being 4 weeks out. So yeah, just being on top of your diet is going to help a lot with that. Also, other than like my electrolytes and sometimes, which I'm actually going to cut now, my EAAs, I am not including any supplements. I don't do whey protein. I am not doing, well, let me correct that. The protein pumpkin muffins I made have whey protein in them. I am not doing like a shaker with just like drinking whey protein. I'm actually, after today, I'm done with the muffins. I have finished them because whey protein for me will make me retain more water, make me bloated, things I don't want going into 4 weeks out from stage. I also stopped taking my creatine because, again, that's going to cause water retention, which for the most part right now is just psychological. Like, I don't need the scale to go up getting closer to stage. I need to feel like I am in the right mindset, and small things like cutting out my supplements that are going to cause some bloating are an easy way for me to do that. So I am going to share measurements with you guys, but I am going to wait till Monday to do so. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share today, different tips I'm doing for dieting. If I
have any interesting meals, I'll definitely share them with you guys. I don't really have anything else going on today, but on Monday when I do my new measurements, less than 4 weeks out, I will share. I'm not going to say what it is, but I hit a new low on the scale this morning, which is crazy because I already was at my lowest low. So I'm very excited for this
Hey
stage.
everyone, happy Tuesday. I know I said I was gonna get measurements Monday, but I kind of wanted to wait, and I'll get into why. So first of all, my weight is at a new low at 112 pounds, which is crazy. This is lower than my last stage weight, and I'm still 4 weeks out from stage. I am predicting about 109, 110 maybe for actual stage day. Now, my measurements aren't too different. I'm about 25 inches in my waist. However, I am supposed to be on my period, and this is why I wanted to wait to do measurements and talk to you guys. I typically don't lose my period for stage. However, I had a feeling this time it wasn't going to be completely regular. I am a little bit crampy, but I'm not having any spotting or any other symptoms that I'm really going to get my period. So there's a very good chance I probably will not get my period until after show. Now, the reason I address this is because your period as a female is essentially like another vital sign. So having a healthy cycle tells you how you're doing metabolically. So unfortunately, I'm probably not doing my best, clearly, which is expected being in a severe calorie deficit, so really undernourishing my body, and overtraining, which is again expected. Therefore, my primary focus going into a reverse diet will be to get my calories up enough and to pull workouts back enough so that I get a normal cycle again. That being said, let's get into the rest of measurements. So again, waist is about 25 inches. Glutes were about 26.5 inches, which is roughly the same. And legs are about 20.5 inches per leg, with the left still being my dominant. Now, body fat is roughly 14% still, but 14% of a smaller number. And I expect it to still kind of trickle down. Again, even though I don't have my period, I still am getting some bloating, some crampiness, so it's not the best time for me to do measurements. However, I'm still doing them on a weekly basis. I do think in a few days, once all this hormonal stuff starts to pass, I will start to lean out even more. But looking at my pictures, I do feel much leaner. So I'm gonna share with you guys a comparison of last week to this week. So already I'm seeing much more leanness in my abdominal area, so my stomach. I also feel a lot leaner in my legs. I'm starting to get more quad definition, and my back, which I did address earlier that I have something going on in my back. So essentially I have scapular winging in my back. I do have a massage booked for today, and I do have a bunch of exercises I am going to be doing to try to fix it before stage. However, I do only have 4 weeks, so hopefully I can fix this problem going into stage. I don't remember if I gave you guys macro updates, so I'm just gonna roughly go over. I'm eating, for both days, roughly 140 grams to 150 grams of protein, 100 to 110 grams of carbohydrates, and 35 grams of fat every single day, roughly between 1,275 calories and about 1,300 calories. I keep moving you guys around because the lighting is so weird. It's just kind of the sun's coming out right now, and it's like coming in all different directions from my windows. So, where was I do have a meeting with my coach tonight, so I'm probably getting some updates because again, I want to be lean for this show. Overall, loving the package, really desperately want a tan. It's so weird, I always do tanning. So to be not tan and like flexing, I'm like, I just can't wait to see what my muscles are looking like. Personally, I'd like my abdominal area to be a lot tighter. I'm hoping, like I said, it's mostly hormonal, water weight, etc., bloating. That's kind of contributing to not having as much definition because I did feel like a few weeks ago my abs were finally starting to come in. And now I feel like, yes, I have a flat stomach, but I'd like to actually see some more definition. I also would like to see much more definition in my glute and hamstrings because I know that's going to be a bigger scoring component for stage. Now, I talked a little bit about my imbalance in my back and what I'm going to do for it. However, I will share that doesn't really matter on stage. When you are a bikini competitor, they are looking more at your glutes and your hamstrings and how developed and defined those are. Your back is really not going into the factor as much. So while it will not hinder me on stage, I definitely don't want to be going into shows with imbalances, impingements, etc. So I definitely just want to like figure that out.
Just to give you guys a rundown on how I'm gonna do the rest of my videos going up to show. Next week I will do 3 weeks out from stage, which is insane. I literally am like 26 days from stage right now, so that's like crazy to me. Then I will share with you guys kind of all the other prep work that goes into stage. So stupid things, but not stupid, but other little things. Nails done, hair done, other appointments I have. I'm probably gonna be keeping a massage therapist in going into stage. Then I'll share peak week with you guys, I'll share show day with you guys, and then I'll share with you my plan after the show and kind of what my results were, what I think is the best plan of action for me. I have debated doing another show going to December, but it's really gonna be determinant on how I do in this stage. I know there's already over 20 girls in my division, which is the biggest competition I've actually ever done. I am doing open and I am doing novice, so we will see how that goes. I'm hoping by next video I will have my bikini, I will have some of this shoulder stuff going on fixed, I will have lower macros unfortunately, and be a much leaner going into 3 weeks out from stage. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you liked today's video and you want to stay up to date on the rest of my prep, please hit that subscribe button and stay tuned next week for episode 3 weeks out. All right, have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for watching.